Hello. Let's see if I'm live. How's everybody? Okay, we're entering the final week of May 2024. Time flies. You see, like we just entered the second quarter, right? And now, in a month time, we're gonna be ending we just entered the second quarter, and now we're ending the second quarter. Amazing how time flies. Okay, it says I'm live, but let me see myself. Okay, now I'm live. All right, guys, welcome back to Ask Jason Anything About Facebook Ads. This is kind of like a little 30 minutes live that I do. Been doing this for like over 160 over weeks already. So what I do here is I answer Facebook ads, Meta ads related questions. For those who are new to me, welcome to my universe. My name is Jason. I'm from Malaysia. I'm a Meta ads optimization strategist. So what do I do day in, day out? I actually have weekly, I meet with Facebook advertisers from all around the world on a daily basis, as in I see different clients every day. So what I do is I analyze their Facebook ads campaign and I give them optimization recommendations. Like for example, if your campaign is doing good, what is doing good? And is there an opportunity that we should take to scale it or to split the campaign or to break it or to whatever? Like you make decisions, right? When it comes to meta advertising. And a lot of meta advertisers out there struggle in making decisions because they kind of like find the numbers a little bit intimidating. And so happen numbers, is really my thing. So what I do is I help clients, I help Facebook advertisers make sound decisions based on data metrics. It's all 100% data and facts. We don't do gut feeling kind of guessing kind of stuff. So that's what I do day in, day out. So if you're running ads and you're kind of like not sure, is the campaign doing good? Now, you probably are seeing some results coming in, but you're not quite sure what really happened. Or you have been running ads, but you can't really see results coming in, as in like it's not been really profitable. You get clicks here and there, but then you're not converting and all. That's what I really do. So I would recommend that you can, find some of the links on my YouTube channel. We can book a one-on-one discussion over Zoom. Of course, you buy me a dinner on that, and then we can actually take it from there. I will build you the plan. I will tell you what to do. I'll tell you what happened to your campaign, and I will teach you how to analyze it. That's what I do. Okay, so that's what we do. So over here, every Sunday night, Malaysia time, 10 p.m., I'll be going live answering questions about Facebook advertising. So mainly all these questions are captured on my YouTube channel. So the first thing, if you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising, meta advertising, the first thing I will recommend you to do is please go to my YouTube channel and try to search for an answer. Because I've posted over 1,000 videos on my YouTube, and chances are you probably can find some, like relatable or similar videos or, like discussion talking about things that are challenges that you're facing right now. Now, if you can find an answer, great, move on and do whatever you need to do next. Because when it comes to meta advertising, there are quite a lot of things. It could be quite overwhelming, but I want you to take it one step at a time. I promise you can actually definitely master Facebook advertising or meta advertising. But when it comes to certain things, you can't really rush into it. It takes time. You got to let yourself go with the flow. Do whatever you are confident in doing. And one step at a time, things will get better and better over time. That's what I promise. Okay, so if you can't find an answer, just post your question on any of my YouTube videos. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture that, and I'm going to come over and answer your questions live over here. I will not respond to you in a written format, simply because, in my opinion, technical stuff like Facebook advertising, advertising, digital marketing, I don't find it effective to be communicated in a written format. So I'll rather answer you live over here, and you can either join me live to listen to my answers, to my response, or you can actually watch the replay. But if you have time on Sunday night, I definitely welcome you to join me live, because this is where I held my conversation with my community. This is where I try to help, meta advertisers out there to find one answer at a time. So that's what we do. Now, let me bring up the screen. So it's called Ask Jason Anything About Facebook Ads. So it happens every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Malaysia time. So just check your time over there. If you can join me live, then I would definitely love to see you here. Now, just in case, because, like some clients they say, oh, I don't feel comfortable, to put my questions live in the public. And some questions are a little bit more private and confidential because of your business nature, that you probably have something that you don't want to share with the world, then you have another option here. You can actually scan this QR code and buy me a dinner. You can book a 30-minute discussion with me. I can answer your questions about, like whatever you have about meta advertising. We can talk about strategy. We can talk about objective selection. We can talk about even campaign audit. We can dive into your campaign. I will try to help you find out what's working and what's not and build your plan, blah, blah, blah. Anything that can be done within 30 minutes, I'm happy to oblige. All right, so all you need to do is scan this QR code. It will take you to my Fibergate. All you need to do is just buy me a dinner. Then you can book a 30-minute one-on-one discussion with me over Zoom. So that's how we can quickly get started together. Now, just in case you're new to Facebook advertising and you want to have a kind of like a proper guide to help you get started, so I have this class called the Facebook Ads Masterclass. This is definitely suitable for beginner to, like even advanced Facebook advertisers. If you have been running ads for a while, but you still kind of find certain keywords, certain features, certain tools a little bit confusing, this is useful for you. Okay, now this is a 2.5-hour recorded training. Once you scan this QR code and you purchase the course, you will get to access it right away. So it covers 5 main topics. First, we talk about the strategy, my framework, as in how do I strategize Facebook ads campaign and all that with proper step-by-step walkthrough. So I'm going to really walk you through how I set up campaign from scratch. So that gives you a very thorough idea about how you should do it. So it's a step-by-step guided tour kind of thing. So after we talk about the strategy and the framework and how I do it, along the way we'll be discussing the second thing, which is what we call the objective selection. In my opinion, it's quite crucial because if you start with the wrong objective, then you'll probably kind of get the wrong audience right away. Down the drain, everything is going to be like, really it's that important. So we talk about the audience, the objective selection, followed by the audience targeting. I have some unique and effective audience targeting techniques that I've been using over the past 10 odd years. And I will share with you over there. And the fourth part is we will talk about like the creative and copywriting. Now, I'm not a creative person. I'm not a copywriter per se, but as I work with clients from all around the world, I have some firsthand information about what worked and what didn't. So that may give you some edge in terms of we try to avoid making the same mistakes that may lose you money and, energy and time per se. So yeah, we cut short the learning curve. So, and the fifth thing is really about the analytics. In my opinion, getting started with Facebook ads and meta ads is really the easiest part, but how do we know if our campaign is working? How do we know what decision to make? So that's the fifth part, which we talk about the analytics. I'm going to give you the fundamental metrics to help you understand it and how do you kind of like relate it to your campaign and, kind of make sense of it. So that's a 5-element 2.5-hour recorded training, and you always get the latest version of it because from time to time, I will actually do a kind of like a refresh, kind of re-recording because when there are new features, new updates and all that, I really need to address those changes, right? So you just go back to the link that you receive, when you purchase the course, you always get back to the latest version of it. So yeah, so that's that. If you want to learn, this is how you start. Now, on the other hand, there are certain people come to me and say that, Jason, I don't want to learn. Can you just help me get started with my campaign? So yeah, I'm not an agency per se anymore because, now I'm more like a freelance coach. But as I coach, I realized, it's a lot more effective if I coach it by helping you to get it done at the same time. It's all based on your case study. So yes, this is how I can work with you to design your campaign, to set up the campaign, and to optimize your campaign together with you, in 4 weeks' time. So this is the Done With You program whereby everything will be done by me, but as everything will be recorded and I want you to be part of it, presence, to go through the process with me along the way. So the whole aim of the whole program is first, you get your campaign up and running in no time, like designed and set up and optimized by practitioner like me, which is me. It's going to be me. All right. And that's the first thing. Now, as you record everything, and I would strongly recommend that you invite your team or whoever is going to be involved in the future to come and join, that become your, tailored, personalized training for your team. And because we do the whole thing based on your business model, based on your product and all that, this is 100% tailor-made to your business. Okay. So you can actually just plug and play, watch it and train the team and stuff like that. So it's really that. So yeah, so a lot of companies find this really refreshing. So as I am not an agency, I do not intend to hold you under my, management for long. So I would definitely do my best to really help you understand the entire in and out, the breakdown and everything, even up to the optimization level. So it's really a guaranteed learning. At the same time, you get the results that you want right away. We don't need to go through the training as in like you do go through the training as I'm doing it. So it's a totally different approach to the program itself. So if you want that, scan this QR code, then let's chat and see whether we are a good fit to work together. Okay, so that's a little bit of introduction. So let's go to the questions now. The first question is coming from Tal. Okay, so you say you are running a broad and advantage targeting, but you're still getting high CPM. Now, when you're running ads on Facebook, okay, you have to understand CPM, which is the cost per thousand impression, is actually not under your control. You really have very little control over the CPM. Now, I talk about a few things that you can do to try to reduce your CPM, such as broadening your audience targeting, and at the same time try to select different objective. Like for example, if you go for sales as compared to traffic objective, it's almost 99% of time the sales objective is going to have higher CPM simply because it's actually an audience with a very specific action taken or likely taken that are theoretically a lot harder to reach compared to people who are likely to click on the link and go to the website, which is traffic. So, but having said that, in my opinion, high CPM may not be really a bad thing. I have seen a lot of campaigns with really high CPM, but as long as they're getting the right audience coming in and this audience are motivated and really excited about taking actions and the following ones like becoming leads and sign up as a lead or actually to make purchase on the website, generally high CPM may not kill the campaign. That's why I always encourage anyone who run ads, let's try not to get too carried away by single metrics. Like over here, obviously you are actually kind of really worried about your CPM. So here's what I would say. If your whole results is coming in, even with high CPM, as long as it's consistent, let's say now you're $50, let's say for example on a weekly basis, and out of sudden they become 100, then that's a really outrageous break. I mean, that we really need to find out what's happening. Otherwise, as even with $50 CPM coming in, you got your ROAS at 2 to 3 and all that, everything is good, then you know that this is your standard CPM because of the audience, because of the objective, even because of the industry you're in and stuff that you're selling. There are many factors that contribute to the CPM. So as long as you're making money, then you just keep going and try to optimize other metrics. You see, even with high CPM, let's say if you're creative, actually you are having a 0.5 kind of CTR link click, for example, you can actually try to bump your CTR, and that would help you get more results and improve your even ROAS without really increasing the budget, which is totally possible. I've done it so many times. So don't get carried away by one single metrics, but instead of dive too much into one single metric, try to understand more other metrics and try to find different optimization opportunities in your campaign, like the CTR. If it's the creative, let's test something. Now if it's the landing page problem, let's say if you're having a lot of content view but very little add to cart, let's see whether we have anything that we can do to bump the percentage of conversion from content view to add to cart, which like a 10-20% bump is going to help you get a lot more sales with the same amount of money that you're spending on a weekly basis. So instead of focusing on one, try to broaden your horizon a little bit and understand more and more different metrics to help you make better decisions. So yes, that's exactly what I really want every Facebook advertisers to learn. But in case you find it a little bit struggling, I have some free training here and there, but then again, it's very kind of generic. I won't be able to go detailed. But if you want me to analyze a campaign and teach you how to analyze your campaign, you can actually scan this QR code and we can actually have a 30-minute Zoom call. First, I'm going to build you a dashboard that is uniquely tailored for your business, because different business has got different metrics that you need to track. So I'm going to call them out and I build them in sequence, and I'm going to kind of arrange it for you. So that's your dashboard. That's the first thing you get. Then after that, based on this dashboard, I will dive into the numbers and I will analyze for you. So as I analyze, I will teach you how to analyze. So that will become a skill transfer over to you. So basically from there, as we analyze, we will be able to identify opportunities and build a plan. So the third thing that you'll be getting in this call is you will have a plan about what are the few things that you can try, in the coming weeks to come to see whether we are able to bump the overall performance of the campaign by fixing, one thing at a time. We build hypothesis and we execute it one thing at a time. So that's what we're gonna work together. What gonna give you in this one-on-one Facebook ads analysis. So if you run ads and you want to really learn how to connect the dots, how to really kind of like understand the connection between metrics and data, and help yourself make the right decision moving forward, scan this QR code, buy me a dinner, and I look forward to work with you. So that's what we do. Okay, so that's the first question. Now, the second question is coming from Kumbu. So Kumbu is saying that you are trying to track multiple landing pages with, like separate website. So what you say here is you would like to track people going from one landing page to an external onboarding site and direct them to a separate payment page. So it's like a 3 different platforms. So it's, in your situation, this is multi-domain tracking. Now, multi-domain tracking is possible. Having said that, the cohesiveness and, like whether they do attribute, let's see, here's the thing. You can place your pixel in multiple websites, in multiple domain. Yes, it's possible. But whether the Facebook ads, that ads manager, do they kind of like connect, let's say, website A, do A, once they've done the action A, they go to website B to do B. And then once it's done, they go to C. Now, whether they connect these 3 steps together and reflect it in your Facebook ads manager, I am not 100% sure, because I've seen cases that somehow work and I've seen cases that did not work. But having said that, putting a pixel in multiple, like website is possible right now. It's definitely a thing that, you can do. But then again, the tracking, as in like the attribution, that's what I want to say. In the ads manager may not be 100% accurate. So that's why instead of just purely relying on Facebook ads manager, you definitely want to consider applying, like Google Analytics, and maybe you need to get some help, because I'm not an expert in so-called like the technical aspect of, like installation and like kind of illustrating the journey kind of stuff and all that. So I'm just a guy who analyzes Facebook ads data. So you might want to find different kind of like maybe some external sources like Google Analytics and stuff to see whether you get a more accurate attribution and see whether, to help you make decision. Otherwise, you have like, yes, website A has got X number of traffic, B has got X number of traffic, C has got X number of traffic, then, well, it's either you do your manual tracking to look at the 100, 50, 20, kind of stuff, or because my only concern is I'm not 100% sure whether the attribution will happen when it actually crosses multiple domain. That's what I kind of like, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, but you can try it out, no problem. So let's say you do like add to cart and then initial checkout and purchase all in different platform, but you install the pixel correctly and you name the pixel event correctly. Theoretically, we should be able to put all the data in one place. Theoretically, I've seen it. Some of them work, some of them did not. So you really have to put to test yourself and see how it goes. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, thanks for the question and all the best for the experiment. Now, the third one coming here is coming from RB. Okay, now the question here is, can you build a full funnel campaign like from awareness and retarget for conversion? Very good question. Thanks for asking. I disagree. Now, very simple. First, you have to understand the differences between objective. Now, different objective means different business goal. That's how Meta put them into different, kind of like action and objective right now. So different goal brings you different audiences. You get what I mean? So like if you go for sales, for example, Facebook really know who are the people who are likely to purchase on e-commerce website and making transaction online. So theoretically, the audience that you'll be getting when you're using sales objective are generally, higher quality, and they are more likely to purchase. So having a right audience coming in is actually a very important thing. Otherwise, I have this saying when it comes to Meta advertising or any digital advertising, which is rubbish in, rubbish out. I don't mean people being rubbish, but then again, if you get the wrong audience coming in, your retargeting is going to work and everything is going to, retargeting is not going to work and everything is not going to work. You get what I mean? Because from the very beginning, the audience that you brought in are totally wrong. So no matter how well you do your retargeting with all of offers, promotions, vouchers, blah, 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 it's going to fall apart. You get what I mean? That's what I really mean over here. So I'd rather you get the right audience in at the very beginning, and then you retarget. So eventually you'll be getting audience who are likely to buy. Eventually you'll be getting purchase even at the top of funnel. So instead of going for awareness, which theoretically awareness is like really kind of like a very generic, unbiased kind of targeting. Basically, what Meta is going to do is they're just going to throw your ad out to anybody that sticks. Yes, the CPM is going to be dirt cheap, and you're going to be reaching a lot of people, but you can try. Go and track the CTR and really the percentage of people who really continue the journey when they reach your website and blah, 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 down the road. The whole journey is crappy. Low CPM at the very beginning is meaningless when they don't take any action when they come into the website, and everything, they just fall apart. It's exactly what I mean by rubbish in, rubbish out. Because the wrong audience coming in, no matter how well you do your website, how well you do your whatever, it's not going to change that. Because generally, these are not the people that wants to buy. They are motivated to buy from you. So I would rather you start from the very beginning, and then eventually, like to me, if it's an e-commerce website, first go for conversion at the very beginning. Or if you're not confident, or even the CPM is bad and all that, you have a really new business and you are not 100% sure, at least start with a traffic objective. I'll go that way. But if you can, I'll go all the way to conversion right away. So that's what I will do. And we do optimization. We try to bring the CPM down. We try to bring the CTR down and stuff like that. Optimization is ongoing. But as long as we have the right audience coming in, everything is going to be better and better over time, because that's how the whole pixel is going to learn. Like just imagine a pixel learning towards the wrong direction because you brought in the wrong people and everything, and the lookalikes going to fall apart. Everything's going to be crappy, don't you think? So don't ruin your entire thing just because you believe awareness is going to get you more people at a lower cost, but wrong people is going to fall apart. That's what I think, and that's how I really help my clients set up our strategy this way. And I'd say so far the success rate has been really, really high. I wouldn't say 100% because not every business is suitable on Facebook and like Instagram. But yeah, the framework just worked. So yeah, that's what I think. All the best. That's why I say start with the top of funnel, and like start with the right structure, run ads, and try to look for the numbers for optimization. So start with that, and then yeah, just in case you need help, right? You can always scan this QR code and buy me a dinner. Then we're gonna do three things together. First, I'm gonna build a dashboard that truly belongs to your business. As in, like, what are the metrics that you need to track? I'll put them in sequence. I'll build them a dashboard. I'll put it a name for you so that you can come back to it every time, right? So that's that. Building a dashboard. Then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna analyze the numbers. So I'll be analyzing the campaign for you, and I'll teach you how to do it. And that's knowledge transfer. And then after that, since we analyze, we will come up with hypothesis and we will build a plan. So I'm gonna share with you, like, what are the few things that you can consider doing to hopefully bump your performance as in your ROAS or your cost per result and blah, blah, blah. So that's what you get, So yeah, if that's what you want, and I really believe every Meta advertisers really must master this part of the knowledge. So if you run ads, you really need to do that. So scan this QR code, buy me a dinner, then we can have a 30-minute discussion to do that 3 things together within half an hour. Okay, right. That's what we have over here. But I really want to highlight this, a very important question that I always get from my audience over here. So how do we improve Facebook advertising ROAS? So let's say, for example, if you're running ads, okay, you're getting, let's say, 2.5 ROAS, which is, in my opinion, should be profitable to a lot of businesses. So what are the other things that we can do to improve ROAS? Should we scale the campaign? What else can we do? Now, first thing first, I really want to get this across the board right now. Basically, I do not encourage scaling a campaign when you do not know what is working. You get what I mean? So let's say now you really have a campaign that's getting you 2.5 ROAS. My first question that I'll be asking you, do you know what is working? Is it a creative? Is it an audience targeting? Is it a market? Is it a pricing? Is it a landing page? Is it a checkout process? Is it a journey? Blah, blah, blah. There are so many questions to ask here, but find out the why. So if you know that it's a creative that is working, then we need to examine what is really working among these people. Is it because of the people that we reach? Is that which age group works better? Which gender works better? And from there, we get better understanding about, like, okay, now then we learn that, oh, this kind of call to action works, or this kind of offer works, this kind of color tone works and all that. Then we can confidently try to create more similar offers, creative, call to action, anything to help us, like get consistent good results in the future. Learning is the key, when you have a good campaign. So learn. So let's say, so that's the first thing that I'll do. So find out what's working. Then we can talk about scaling. So if it's really working, that we know that the creative is working, and after looking at the whole entire journey, that everything is optimized, then we can actually scale. Otherwise, how else can you improve ROAS? Let's say, for example, if you're getting 2.5 ROAS and your CTR link click is at 0.4%, you get what I mean? 0.4. The benchmark is 1% for CTR link click, but you're getting 0.4, yet you're getting 2.5 ROAS. So you know what? What I'm actually gonna do here is I want you to test different creative, different format, different placement. You just imagine now you're 0.4. If I'm able to bump to 0.6, that's 50% improvement at the CTR. That means with the same amount that you're spending, you get 50%, 50% more clicks. Do you think that potentially you might get 50% more add to cart, 50% more initial checkout, 50% more purchase? Potentially. I'm not saying that it's going to be carved on the stone, that everything's going to be that way. But look, you can actually get better ROAS without adding, ad spend. So here's what I think. So let's say if the creative, then okay, now that we test that. But then if you actually kind of examine the entire journey, then you realize that the percentage from content view to add to cart is crappy. Like only, let's say 5% of people who view your content added to cart, then we will be like, is there anything that we can actually do to improve this part? Can we actually, change the color of the buttons? We can play some videos up there just to make sure that people understand how it works and stuff like that. If you are able to bump the CTR, let's say not CTR for this one, let's say now 1,000 people, but you only get about like 5%, added to cart. If I'm able to get 7% or even 10% people to add to cart based on the same amount of numbers coming in, I am improving the entire journey and improving the ROAS and potentially the ROAS and results and everything without adding the budget. So here's what I think. You don't simply just scale the budget, but try to find out and understand what's working and what's not working and build optimization plan from time to time. So that's what I would definitely believe, that you can actually improve your ROAS without adding new budget. So yes, this is not something that you can just install in your brain and you do it, but it's definitely teachable. So if you run ads and you're really thinking about how can you improve your ROAS, I want you to scan this QR code, and it will take you to my Fiverr gig. Buy me a dinner, then we can actually have a 30-minute one-on-one call to do 3 things. First, I'm going to build you a dashboard uniquely for your business, as in like what are the metrics that you should track. I'll put them in sequence, and I'll save it for you, and that's your dashboard. And once we have the dashboard, I will analyze for you, and I'll teach you how to do that, right? So basically, it's a knowledge transfer already. So with that, as we analyze the campaign, we will know that, oh, look, looks like the CTI has got some issue over here, or it looks like the landing page can tweak a little bit. So I'll build a plan. Let's say these are the few things that you can try, in the coming weeks. I call them the hypothesis and plans and all that. So you based on the hypothesis, we tweak certain things and we make optimization decisions. So either we change the creative or we changed our landing page and stuff like that. So basically, you have a plan to look at what are the things that you can test, hopefully to improve your performance. So it's the whole thing is going to be very beneficial, because first you understand better about your campaign and you learn how to analyze it, and you have a plan. So that's really something that I believe every Facebook advertisers must learn. Getting started with Facebook ads is the easiest part, but knowing what to do next is really the key. That's what you want. Scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. Okay, now, so that's all we have. And that's the end of the 30 minutes as well. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for watching this video. You know where to find me when you need help, and basically, try to learn, to make sense with the numbers, and, learn how to make smarter decisions based on fact and data instead of based on gut feeling. So with that, thank you so much for joining me. And I wish you an awesome last week of May 2024 ahead. And I'll see you next Sunday. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye.